Hello, everyone, and I would like to welcome this evening Dr. Gila Leiter, Associate Clinical Professor and Attending Physician at Mount Sinai Hospital and Icahn School of Medicine. Dr. Leiter is also the Director of Park Avenue Women's Center. Dr. Leiter, thank you for joining us. I'm sure you heard this question many times from your patients, but a lot of women in our community would like to know, is it safe to get this vaccine while pregnant or while you are breastfeeding?
Okay, well, my phones are blowing up with these vaccine safety questions. So this is really timely, as well as, of course, all kinds of questions about pregnancy and COVID. So let's talk about the risks and benefits. Here's what we know. Available data suggests that COVID-19 in pregnant patients can be more serious. If you are symptomatic with COVID-19 and you are pregnant, there may be an increased risk, or it seems to be an increased risk for more severe illness, more ICU admissions, more mechanical ventilation, even death. There is also a higher risk of adverse pregnancy outcomes like preterm labor, cesarean section, et cetera. So that's the risks. And in fact, the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, ACOG, American College of OBGYN, all consider pregnancy a higher risk time for COVID-19. So that is the background of what we're talking about. You all know that in December, the FDA approved emergency use authorization for 2 mRNA vaccines. Now, these are vaccines that are a little different than the vaccines you may know, like measles, mumps, rubella vaccines. These are mRNA vaccines. They are basically messenger RNA that is in a lipid particle, gets into the body, and then the body does the work. The host cells produce protein, that's the antigens, that's the coronavirus spike protein, and your body's own immune cells then produce the antibodies. So the body's doing the work, and the mRNA vaccine is degraded and is out of the body. So biologically, although they have not been studied in pregnant and lactating women, there seems to be no increased risk, and its safety seems to be well indicated. There are animal studies about its safety in reproduction, and there are ongoing studies of pregnant and lactating women, which we all expect to have the same safety and adverse side effect profile as non-pregnant women. So very important to know your risks, all right? So in our community, the risk of COVID-19 has not gone away, it's actually surging. And in fact, we know that women who are pregnant have increased risk of severe illness. Many women are healthcare workers, have children who are going to school, that all increases risk. Teachers also have increased risk of exposure. So for all of these, we are recommending the mRNA vaccines, Moderna and Pfizer. Their efficacy, meaning their effectiveness, is unbelievable, 95%. The safety seems, in terms of serious side effects, seems minimal. And in terms of mild side effects, yes, there are definitely some muscle pains, fever, and in pregnancy, we don't like fever. And so we always tell women to use Tylenol to decrease fever. So just, tends to be low grade. And most of the side effects are limited to about 3 days. So in my estimation, and not just me, American College of OBGYN, and the Center for Disease Control and every, organization really believe that this is an opportunity to control this pandemic, and that pregnant women should not be withheld from vaccine use. Similarly, with breastfeeding, Roz, you asked about that. The benefits we talked about, and its safety, from a biology point of view, seems to be just the same as for non-pregnant and non-lactating women.
Dr. Leiter, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for this information. I'm sure it's very useful for a lot of women in the community and outside. Thank you again. And hopefully this pandemic will be over soon and we can all go back to our normal, regular, boring life. Thank you, Dr. Leiter.
Yeah, my pleasure.